I used to be very passive aggressive, and I can be honest about that. I don't know if anybody else has struggled with that in the past, but I would, in passing with Nick, like say, let's think of a scenario.
And let me explain to you how your man feels. Homeboy ain't got time to try and read your mind. Okay, just tell that man what you want and what you need, and he will take care of it. And that's my call for the men. Take care of your ladies. We're going on hour 4 of trying to record this video.
Our baby would not sleep for 4 hours.
Yes, so it's all good in the hood, or wherever you might live.
Nick
it's all
keeps
good.
pulling my hair off of me and off of him and off of our food. It's really not cool. I'm having postpartum hair fallout video to be soon.
Fun things that happen in marriage. Speaking of which, we're gonna talk about today, marriage.
All things marriage.
Something we love and are.
We asked you on Instagram with your spouse what you used to think was cool in marriage, but actually didn't benefit your marriage at all. We're gonna share those today, and hopefully it can save you in your future marriage or your current marriage, or if you're not even married, if you're just in a relationship and you're trying to figure things out and just try to be a healthier person.
Yeah.
I think this will benefit you.
Yeah. So if marriage, relationships, whatever is something that you're passionate about or you love your person like I do, go ahead and hit thumbs up on this video. That means the world to us.
And if you're new here and you're not subscribed, hit the subscribe button so you don't miss another video. Before we talk too much, let's get into some things that you guys have said, and then we'll share ours. I'm excited to read some of these. So our friend Erin actually said this, and I think it's really great for the season of parenthood. Hurry or hustle of any variation keeps both of us relaxed, nothing to hurry for.
So again, the context of this is things that we've stopped.
Yeah, and I've noticed that when we try to like scramble to get things done, or even just like 30 minutes ago, we're currently preparing to go see family for Thanksgiving. And a lot of you guys can relate. When you are about to go on a trip, you have to get so many things in a row, especially with a baby, just getting all their stuff, your stuff, even our dog is coming. So it's just a lot, and you can get stressed out pretty easily. So I love that. Would benefit us if we didn't stress ourselves out so much.
Yep.
This is, oh, sorry.
So this person says, pointing out things we wish they would do for us and instead directly asking for those needs. Yeah, this person stopped pointing out a bunch of flaws, a bunch of things that they wish the other person would do, but instead just going to the person and asking.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, can you do this? Versus like, I wish you would.
And I think you've communicated that to me before too, because I had an issue with that very thing. I don't know if it's a woman thing to just kind of like hope that our husbands will know what we expect of them, but it's so kind to be clear, as we've said before, in your communication, because it just leaves no assumptions and no frustrations on the table. You're just laying it out there, even if it is something that you're inconveniencing them to do, like, hey, can you do the dishes? That is something that they have to go out of their way to do, but it's a part of living together. And so I think that once you accept that you both have duties that have to get done, then you're not really feeling like you're putting pressure on the other person. And
I think when you're married, you're the perfect symbol of a team. Your marriage represents a team and a unity. And so I think the more harmony and the more kind communication that you can bring to that, I think the better you're gonna be. I think the healthier your marriage and your relationship in general will be. And I would just say if you're dating, I would say begin working on this stuff right now. If you haven't been, give your full attention to it, because this is so important, the communication aspect. And I found that it's not necessarily what people say, it's usually a lot of how they say it. Because Chelsea could even say, hey, I really wish that you would just take 10 minutes and do the dishes for me. That'd be so helpful. I'd be fine with that. I'd be totally fine with that. You know, I really wish that you would get up off of the couch and do like that.
That would just be so helpful.
That's not cool.
Tone is everything.
A lot of it's tone.
Okay, this one's kind of random, but maybe some of us can relate. It says saying, oh, is that your girlfriend, jokingly when he gets a text. Long term does not add to the marriage and creates a barrier. So glad I stopped doing this. Yeah.
Don't do that.
But we sometimes like will playfully say stuff like that to each other. Like, who you texting? Like, especially if it's a girl. Like for me, I'll like say something like, oh, okay, somebody else would stop me. I don't know. It's just like, I guess it's playful to us, but in the long term, I agree with this girl. I think that it's probably not helpful, especially if you're like constantly using that as a dig at one another. I just think that it's probably not smart, and usually when something's erring on the side of sarcasm, it's
not helpful.
Not helpful, yeah.
This isn't a rule that I go by any stretch, but sometimes I think that old saying is true, and that there's a little bit of truth in every joke. You know what I mean? Like sometimes people will give a sarcastic dig at somebody and they're like, oh man, I'm just kidding. But there's a little bit of truth in every joke.
Most jokes.
There are, of course, exceptions to this. But my point in saying that is a lot of times that points to insecurity.
Right.
And insecurity is not
cute.
Not cute.
But whenever I am saying that, I will admit there is a slight like undertone of, you know, what if he ever, you know, was talking to another girl? And that's never true, but it's like that's the way that insecurity can kind of like work its way into your relationship, and it's just not healthy.
It gets in your brain, it messes with how you think, and honestly, this is the biggest thing. It messes with how you perceive that person. Something that you've already cooked up in your head that's not even true, and you begin acting and treating that person differently as though it were, case in point, dreams. Has your boyfriend or girlfriend or fiance or husband or wife ever done something stupid in a dream that you had? I'm not talking to anyone. And then they got mad at you for like 3 days? Me neither. That's never happened. I was just throwing that out there. Maybe it's happened to you. It surely has not happened in our home.
Come on. Like, why'd you have to dream that?
Well, it's in your brain. It must be there for a reason.
Right. Like, why are you dreaming that? Okay, well, we loved your guys' submissions. There's so many more. I feel like I might add some of those to the Instagram story to kind of just share in the fun of them. But we wanted to share our most important ones because we think that there's a lot to be said with each of them. And I'll have you go first.
Me? Okay. Yeah. For me, one of the big ones that immediately stands out is not giving more weight to other people's opinions than they're actually worth. And I'm not saying that other people's opinions aren't valid or that they don't matter. I absolutely think that you should allow people, the right people, to speak into your life on a consistent basis. I do that. However, when we first got married, I was allowing people in my life, whether it was people who were close to me or whether it was certain friends, to have this space in my life to speak into me in more of a way than they had the authority to do so. My real issue there is I was valuing their opinions above my wife's, which is not right. I just hadn't figured that out yet. I didn't know intentionally that I was doing this. I wasn't like, hey, you know, X person's opinion, oh, my wife is, you know, dumb or whatever.
No.
Like it was just, I hadn't figured out that my wife takes complete priority. Like if she says something, then that is the highest weight of anyone in my life.
And I don't blame you for thinking that way too, because you've gone, however many years of your life, like
20 years, more than 20 years.
Not having me. And same with me. Like I've done the same with you. And I remember us sitting down and having a conversation of, I need you to value what I say more than your bro whoever mentors you or whatever. And those people are really wise usually, but I know him more than those people do, and I feel like we both are pretty good at discernment, and I think that the more that we have opportunities to practice that discernment and lean into it, then we realize, okay, maybe we should really hold each other's opinions and those discerning moments higher than those other people's opinions. So that's really, really good. And I think that that's only going to get sharpened as you keep going. And if you are noticing that you're doing that within your marriage or even in your relationship sometimes, like, know that can only grow.
And it's not a huge red flag or anything. It's just, you know, hey, check that and check yourself and like whose opinions am I holding the most value to? You'll figure it out pretty quick. So I'd say it's a pretty easy fix. That one you shouldn't have a ton of trouble with that one.
But as a Christian, I think having the perspective of like the two become one flesh, and that's even with family, the people that you hold dearest, closest to you. I think that like the breaking of some motorcycles going by, the breaking of like the opinions and like how you hold them dear to you, it is a process. So you have to kind of have grace for yourself and grace for one another.
Totally.
So
what about you?
It's funny how when you're married, certain things start to rub off on each other. I used to be very passive aggressive, and I can be honest about that. I don't know if anybody else has struggled with that in the past, but I would, in passing with Nick, like say, let's think of a scenario. The house is dirty and I need help.
Yeah.
But I don't know how to verbally tell you about that.
This is all hypothetical, by the way. This surely this does not happen.
I feel like I'm burdening you if I ask you to do like 3 of the 4 things, because the 4th thing requires a lot of me. What would be a comment that I would make? Oh, I know what I would do.
Oh yeah, I'm trying to get in your brain, but like you're in your own brain.
I would start rattling off all the things I have to do. Oh man, today's like there's just a lot going on.
Mm-hmm. I'm getting mad right now. I can feel it.
Yeah. I have this going on. I have to do the dishes. Oh my gosh, like I haven't even had time to shower. Like I really want to
and then you'd say, I wish I had time to shower, or something like that.
Yeah, like I would emphasize on something I really want to do.
Yeah, I would say, are you asking me to help you? Yes or no? And then she'd say, oh no, I'm just venting about all the things that I have to do today.
Passive aggression never gets you anywhere. And Nick is the complete opposite in this direction, where he's so direct that sometimes it can be like, are you being rude to me? Or
I've actually had to back off a little bit.
Usually I'm pretty direct now, and I think that it's more beneficial to be that way.
Oh, it is.
I just had to get more comfortable, I think, in our relationship to feel like I could do that with him. I feel like some of you need to hear that. Like, it's going to be beneficial for your relationship to be direct, especially if you're a woman and your boyfriend or husband is asking you, hey, can you just like tell me what you want? Can you just tell me what you need?
Women, ladies, because you're based on our data, we have data.
Y'all are great.
About 90% of y'all, probably female. And let me explain to you how your man feels. Homeboy ain't got time to try and read your mind. Okay, just tell that man what you want and what you need, and he will take care of it. And that's my call for the men. Take care of your ladies. Am I being direct? Am I being clear?
You're being clear.
Was I clear?
You're being clear.
Okay, good.
So I think I've softened you up a little bit.
You have. Yeah, you've rounded off my edges. Especially
when you're with other people and you're like being clear.
Yeah.
A little too clear.
I'm a little gentle with you. But when I get in some rooms, I'm just like, they're like, what do you think? I'm like, no, I think that's really stupid. Chelsea's just like, oh my gosh. Yeah. So our final one that we both, obviously we have a lot more, but for the sake of this video, the one that we believe that we've grown in together a lot is that when you were doing YouTube and like all this stuff full time when you were younger, you were saying yes to so many things. And me growing up on a farm and just working,
being flooring.
A lot, doing all sorts of different stuff. When I wasn't doing that, I was either in school or like running off to speak at a church or an event somewhere. I just think over the past few years, we've had to really check what we value the most, which is our marriage and our family and our time together.
Yeah.
And we've just had to grow to the point of just saying no more. And we want to say yes to the right things and the best things. Yeah. The things that we enjoy the most. I feel like we're getting to a place where we can begin to say yes to the things that we want to and not just have to say yes to everything. We used to when you're younger, but I think we've kind of come off of that some, and now we're saying yes to, no to a lot more things than we're saying yes to. In short, that's what I mean.
Right. So be choosy with your yes, because it matters and it shows who and what you value. So I think that's really huge, speaks a lot of volumes about a person. But thank you guys for sending so many great submissions on Instagram. If you guys don't follow us on Instagram, it's official Nick H.
Yeah, you can find it right here.
Chelsea K. Hurst.
Chelsea's will be, where do I want to put it? Where am I going to put it? Put it.
Just right here.
Put it here. Oh, no, put it here. Put it there. And remember, don't forget to like this video and subscribe if you enjoyed it and you want more content like this. But until next time,
we will see you guys in the next video. We hope you had a great Thanksgiving, and we'll peace out now. Bye.
Bye.